Hello everybody and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. Last time we made it all the way to Wellspring and then committed sort of a coup but also sort of a unionization. It was kind of a mix of both. We went on this crazy mission and now we're back. And although we have been able to chill out here for a little bit, we kind of gotta go. Tala's not coming with us. But the siblings did reunite and it was really awesome to see her again. And I know she can take care of herself. She's awesome like that. So, our goal, we have the Hasnav now, so we can sail through all this mess. We're gonna stop at the Far Spindle, we're gonna refuel there, and then we're gonna head up to Floatsam and see about doing something with the ship mind. After that, I don't know, maybe we'll head towards the scatter yards because I know that's where Cadet is waiting for us, but that might happen next episode. It depends on if anything's going on elsewhere. So, we don't really need any supplies right now, or at least I hope we don't. Do I even have money? No we don't. We really don't. We're just gonna travel. Alright, it's gonna take most of our gas, but to the Far Spindle we go. Just to check it out. People told me to go back, so we'll check it out. Plus, who knows what might happen now that we're leaving and we're not where Lane is anymore. Or where Lane can't get to us, I should say. The rig glides safely through a debris cloud, the cockpit empty apart from you and Serafin. So, Sleeper, I've been thinking. Serafin gives you a sly look over his shoulder. I've been thinking. I'm sick of running. Me too. Let's kill him. I mean, even if we want to keep going the way we have been, we've run out of Belt. Beyond Wellspring, it's mostly rocks and emaciated scavengers, and, well, I'm a city boy at heart. But not only that, Serafin meets your eye. We've been building something here, Sleeper. The crew, the ship. He smiles. Hell, we just got this Hasnav suit for free. He thumps the new unit on top of his flight console. What I'm asking is, how do you feel about taking Lane on? Tell me more. You've seen what's happening in Wellspring, what Tala's doing? He shakes his head. Kirk is a fool, but he's on to something. Get on the inside, organize, undermine. That I can get on board with. I like the sound of that. It does sound really risky, but he's just gonna keep chasing us unless we do something about it. I bet you do, Serafin smiles. He's enjoying this. Just think about it, Sleeper. We find a way back on the dark side, quietly. We make some connections. We start something running. He turns back to his console. It'd be one hell of a thing. Utsubo are ruthless. The way they run Darkside, there's gotta be plenty of people fed up with them. Serafin shrugs. And they've gotten worse under Lane. Worse since they pushed the other gangs out. Ah, you're getting inspired by Tala. You smile and shake your head at how fast Serafin can bounce back when he wants to. And as you do, you can't help but consider his plan. Look, maybe it's crazy, but we need a safe harbor either way. I've got connections in the scatter yards. He'll tuck us away, keep us quiet from everyone. You see Serafin has his coin in his hand and is turning it over between his fingers as he speaks. Were we initially going to go to scatter yards and then stuff happened? I wonder. If we want, maybe he could help us get in the dark side, but even if we don't, it's a good place to rest up and make a plan. He turns back to the controls to deal with a rapid beep from the new Hasnav unit. The scatter yards. You've heard of them. They have a reputation as a fiercely independent set of shipyards, just starward of Darkside, a hiding place right under Lane's nose. However, Serafin looks at you with concern. Before we try anything drastic, we need to get that body of yours looked at. Stop stalling. Get a diagnostic run on your frame. His expression softens. We're here to back you up. Thank you, dude. I wish you understood that on fucking Wellspring instead of running off on your own. But yeah, I know you're there for me, bro. Serafin turns his focus back to piloting the ship. As you watch debris flit past the ship, you turn your focus to what's ahead. New drive available. Ooh, let me see. Oh, but first, okay, no, we're back to being hunted. So, seems like we're still stuck in that. The scatter yards are probably where we're gonna find safety, especially now that we have a Hasnav. Recon Darkside. Serafin wants to find a way to take on Lane, which means going back to Darkside. Well, luckily we have to go to the scatter yards anyway to help out Cadet. We just didn't do it before because we couldn't get there. But we got a free Hasnav. I don't see anything different, per se, but there is this down here that I'm going to use to get us some dough. Because we do need to refill. Let's see, 11 cryo. Nice, more cryo. Not worth it. I so quickly back away. And what should we have you guys doing? Yeah, sourcing supplies. Hey, we had one and now it's gone. Did the dang cat eat it? I know there's a cat on the ship somewhere. Running around like a little demon, I bet. Eating all our stuff. We'll find out eventually. I think we'll take a few cycles though, because we have to go to Floatsam anyway, and who knows what's gonna happen while we're there. We'll probably only stay for 3 while we're here, just because I don't want to risk any longer, because I'm just worried that we'll have the thing on Floatsam and something will happen and we might be trapped in the ship mine for a few cycles. We don't know how long that's gonna take after all. So I'd feel safer going there with no hunt around us. I'm also gonna sell these. Oh, I can't. So let's rest and then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, we need to work on the workshop too, work on the engine. We just need 3 more engine components, which I'm not entirely sure where to get. We'll find out. They're pretty rare, it seems. Oh! What? Sleeper, you got a moment? Eugen finds you in your berth. I have news about the Aphelion. Eugen has a seriousness you rarely see etched into the hard lines of his face. You remember the ship he's talking about, the Aphelion Path, the last surviving interstellar fraction ship in the Helion system, if his stories are to be believed. I've been putting out some feelers for that little lost ship and something came back. He glances around as if the information might leak to some unwanted source. I've been working with a contact of mine, a signal chaser working out of the Hollow. He's got some promising data. He followed the trails from the hidden wreck we found, calculated the possible vectors. If this thing is still in the Helion system, it's in the shoals. He folds his arms across his broad chest, watching your reaction. Do you trust this signal chaser? He sucks in a breath. As much as I trust anyone. I haven't told him what exactly we were tracking. Just gave him the signature. There's a chance he hasn't figured it out, but... Problem is, the signal chaser's gone quiet. Nothing for a few cycles now. Eugen shakes his head. Maybe he got wise to the value of what he found, but I doubt it. Maybe he just took a holiday. Eugen grins at his own joke. I reckon we pay a visit to the Hollow, turn up my ghosted contacts, see how viable the data looks. It looks good, we go out and get the ship. It doesn't? He shrugs. No harm, no foul. What about Vesna? What about her? Eugen shrugs. Maybe she's involved. I doubt it, but... He holds up a finger. Could she come sniffing around after the fact, when the whiff of the data gets out? He sighs. That's what she does. So we're still not out of the woods with her yet. That's all I've got, Eugen winks. Keep it between us, alright? We'll let the others know when we hit the Hollow. But remember what's at stake here, Sleeper. An interstellar ship, a ticket out of Helion. He pats you hard on the shoulder. It'll be worth it. With that, Eugen drifts out of the bunks, whistling. But will it really be that simple? I don't know. It already hasn't been simple. Where's the Hollow? I don't know where that is. Helion Gate, we've been there. Green Belt, oh, the Hollow, okay. Well, we're gonna head that way anyway. I think that's like the last place we'll have to go. We haven't been to Green Belt, so maybe we should go there. We've been to the Helion Gate, so I think if we get here... Oh yeah, we have to go to Floatsam anyway to get here, so it's a good thing we stopped. But yeah, I do want to go to the Green Belt eventually. I'm sure we have stuff to do there, but Scatter Yards first, then maybe Green Belt, and then the Hollow. We'll find out. We'll see. Or maybe we'll go Scatter Yard, or maybe we'll go Floatsam, Helion Gate, Green Belt, and then to the Scatter Yards? I don't know. We'll find out. We definitely need to get to the Scatter Yards, though. We have quite a few people waiting for us. So we'll probably do that next, but for now, let's make a little more dough. They did source some supplies. That's good. Nice. Somehow it's nice to be outside in the station, in the silence, in the dark, just you and a torch. You come back from a shift refreshed. Me and a torch. Arson. I do love me some arson. Look at our money! It's immediately all gonna go away, because we have to, Oh, I lost some energy. You're left to your own devices and quickly find the rhythm systematically sealing up units. Tiring work, but they paid you okay. Hey, money is money. Alright, one more cycle and then we probably gotta bounce. We'll see. Depends on how much money we have. So we'll take another rest. I should probably eat too, but I don't really want to do that yet. Yeah, I've got one more. Nothing is happening on the Far Spindle yet, but maybe I'm just not looking in the right places? I don't know. Oh, maybe I can gamble. I haven't gambled yet. Because I didn't have any good rolls. Beltborn Venture. Oh yeah, it's because I don't have Intuit. Do I try? What's the worst that could happen? I say, coping. Oh, you bet so well, but perhaps a little too well. Security has their eye on you now. Yikes. Okay, so you can only do that a certain amount of times, I guess? Still, good money. I think we'll save the other times for when we have the best roll we can and we're desperate for money, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. One more endure. There we go. Okay, and I definitely need to feed myself. We'll take one more night. Oh, earn a meal. Oh, and pressing Nemba. I haven't done this yet? Oh yeah, because it's into it. I avoided it. That's right. Okay, maybe we can start that one. I am gonna waste the supplies. No, I'm not. The supplies are expensive. You know what's less expensive? Food. Help cakes, baby. Alright, we'll try and start working on the Nemba thing. I can't believe I completely missed that. But we're gonna have to leave after this. I don't want to waste any more time. We could come back. We'll probably need to come here to get to Green Belt anyway. Okay, not bad, not bad. Nemba's kitchen. Of course it's into it. Let's see what we can do. You annoy one of the chefs and they saddle you loading the auto wash. By the time you're done, there isn't much food left. Dang it. Okay, let's try. Try again. Zero G Kitchen is chaotic at first, but you soon see the patterns and processes and do your best to follow them. One more try. It's probably not going to go well, but we can attempt. Oh, nice. Okay, we're doing a little bit better. Do we even want to bother with this? Let's see. Let's just try, just for shits and giggles. Nah. We did get energy, though. It's nice that they still feed you, even if it's just not as much as before. Nope. Okay. I would say let's stay, but I think we should go. Okay, new idea. We go to Floatsam, come back to the Far Spindle, go to Green Belt, and then after that we go to Scatter Yards? I don't know, because I want to see what's going on in Nemba. And also, I don't know how else we'd get to the Green Belt, but I feel like the Scatter Yards are important. We'll see how long this takes. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get to the Green Belt eventually. Maybe we go down to the Hollow and then we go up to the Green Belt. That might actually be a better thing to do so we don't spend way too much money on fuel. Speaking of spending way too much money, we need to do that now. Trade hall. Okay, fill supplies, fill fuel. Not that bad, honestly. We'll still have a little bit of money left over. Nice, and we'll still have fuel after that. Alright, onto the map we go. Let's head over to Flotsam. It's time for us to get our brains shoved into a machine for a little bit. Vending machine style. It's you. A familiar voice echoes down the tunnel behind you. Oh! You turn over in the passage to see Femi towering over you. He shakes his head. This just keeps getting better. What's up? Take a guess. He frowns and glances over his shoulder. Oh no, did his sister take another job? Remember Nia, that sister of mine you thought you'd take on a contract? Well, she's taken some inspiration from your little trip. You could see the anger burning in Femi's eyes, but there's a tiredness there too. He folds his arms across his broad chest. The cymbal crash has been in repair since we got out of Hexport. Caught up in that whole mess, Femi sighs. So then, stuck here, she gets bored and decides to sign up with another crew, take a job. I said no, she went anyway. Femi glares at you. What happened at Hexport? Can you please— I know your sister is in danger possibly, but what happened at Hexport? I really want to know. No idea. There was some kind of alert, but we were already on our way out. Didn't give it much thought, and then the whole place went up. Femi looks away. Been at the scatter yards ever since, till we came here, that is. The symbol crash can't leave right now. I'm halfway through rewiring the damn thing. Something else Neo was supposed to do. I asked around. Turned out Nia signed on with some idiots heading out to Cutter's End. Femi says the name with an emphasis you can't place. They're as green as you, meaning they have no idea what they're doing going out to a place like that. Hey, I've been in way more dangerous places, I think. So you, Femi jabs your chest with a finger, are gonna take me out there to go get her. I'll show you the way. Okay, we could do that. I'm scared of you. I'm sure she knows what she's doing, but this guy doesn't seem like he's gonna take no for an answer. Taking some responsibility, Femi smiles. That's what I like to see. I took responsibility the other time too. I paid her. You yelled at me about that too, and I did it. Look, I know how these things go. I've got chits. I can pay. Femi grimaces. Can't pay for the parts the symbol crash needs when no one sells them anyway. 250 cryo. Femi folds his arms across his chest. No bargaining. Boy, that's more money than I have right now, let me tell you. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get the symbol crash ready to make the run herself. He sighs. But the shape she's in, it's not the best idea to head out there alone. You suddenly see the desperation in his eyes. He would risk everything for Nia. I'll be waiting. We need to head out soon. Femi grips your shoulder. Don't test my patience. Femi kicks off and glides back along the passage towards the ship. And don't even think about skipping out of Flotsam without me, he calls back to you. Then we're really done. What do you mean done? Have we ever been anything? I barely- oh my god, so much. Okay, so let's see. Find the fraction ship, help Femi. Femi is worried about his sister Nia after she left to go to Cutter's End with the crew. He wants you to take him there now. I might want to, let's see, symbol crash. Femi seems ready to take a crippled ship out to Cutter's End, only you can save him from himself. Yeah, we should probably deal with that first. We don't know what's gonna happen when we go to Jean-Mi. I'm going to do some work real quick and save up some dollars for us. Let's switch them over to scavenging fuel. And while they do that, I'm gonna try and use what good rolls I do have to get us some money. Because we might need it. I don't think we'll need it to fly out there, but to get back, or to move on to the next place, probably. So we're gonna take a few cycles and then we're gonna leave. Make him sweat a little bit. Good rolls? Alright rolls. I take what I can get. Nice. Oh, they gave me energy too, thank you. There we go, some cryo. Lovely, lovely. Always nice to see. Alright, one more nap. Maybe 2 more naps, and then we'll go. I just want to make sure we have a good amount of stuff. Oh, those are bad rolls. It's like it's punishing me. So let me get it up to 100. There we go. No, okay, fine. We'll go. Alright, where's this contract? Is it dangerous? It is danger. Okay. So we're gonna want to keep track of our things again, so we don't run out of time. Let me look at this again. How many cycles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So realistically, we want to only have this take 6, but we'll see. But we're already stocked up on supplies. We have nothing to make us not go. So I say we'll travel. How far away is it? It's 4. That's not bad. We have 8. And it's 250 cryo, another reason to do it. So we'll go. And we'll take Bliss. Because Bliss is the only one with Intuit. And we desperately need that. We can't take anyone else, so we'll travel with them. Bliss is coming with us everywhere. But I love them. Oh my god, what is that? What the hell is happening out there? Femi is up and out of his seat the moment Serafin brings the rig to rest near the asteroid known as Cutter's End. That ominous name is one of whose origin has become increasingly obvious as you approach through thick clouds of debris and chunks of rock. among which corroded remains of wrecks could be seen floating. Now, as you look out on the splintered and terraced rock, you can't help but feel a slowly growing sense of dread. Look, there! Femi comes close to the cockpit glass and points to the terraced quarry cut into the rock. The mine's awake. You look out and see the flickering lights, the glowing dock markers. Femi shakes his head. That's not right. Neither is that. Serafin nods towards the asteroid, and you see a ship now, tucked into the shadow of the rock, flashing its signal lights at you. I'm guessing that's the crew we're looking for. We're gonna show up to rescue them, and Nia's gonna be like, ah, shit. That's my brother. Visitors, huh? The voice wavers weakly as it comes through the ship comms. Are you lot friendly? Serafin glances back at you, raising his eyebrow. It isn't long before you and Femi are suiting up, an agreement having been made between Serafin and the pilot of the other ship, a man called Baird, to meet in the neutral ground of open space. Femi is silent, his anger evident on the way he forces his legs into the trousers of his suit. And then you're out, the vast shape of Cutter's End flickering with strange lights below you, and the pinpricks of the pilot's suit lights slowly coming closer ahead. You two are a sight for sore eyes. You see a crooked grin from Baird, framed in the hard lines of his ramshackle spacesuit. Hey, that suit looks familiar! Reminds me of the people from the refugee ships in the first game. What brings you to the arsehole of a Starward Belt? His sharp eyes scan you and Femi, checking your suits in gear. What happened here? Baird's eyes flick to you, and you notice a familiar reaction cross his face. The acknowledgement that he recognizes you as a sleeper. You came all the way out here to ask a question like that? Baird glances between the two of you and then smiles his crooked smile. Are you two detectives or something? You brought a freelancer out here, Femi interrupts, his voice flat and direct over the comms channel. Nia, where is she? Baird pauses, considering his answer. Whole crew is down in the throat of that thing. He jerks a thumb towards the asteroid. You're welcome to wait. The tone of his voice suggests the opposite. Why, we asked for one person. Interesting that you don't mention her specifically. But I'll have you know, we look after our crew, so if you're here to settle a debt, I'm here to take her home, Femi cuts him off, and I'm not waiting. Thing is, big man, Baird grins, they're deep in the quarry on a tip-off, so unless you want to go chasing them around the dark maze of that place, you're shit out of luck. Who turned on the lights? Baird looks over at the flickering quarry as if he forgot it was there. He looks back at you. It was like that when we got there. He shrugs. The red light, it reminds me of Conway. I don't like it. Enough, Femi cuts in again. We both know Cutter's End has been dead for as long as anyone can remember. And even then, it wasn't worth the risk to pick through those tunnels. Femi moves closer to Baird. That rock has claimed more crews than any other. Baird's smile fades. If you're gonna be rude, I'm done talking. Who's to say you aren't trying to jump our claim? Forget this. Femi turns and heads back towards the ship. Baird smiles at you. Big man seems tetchy. He squints at the rig. He's going to get you in trouble. Baird retreats to his ship, and you to yours. We need to go in. Femi is impatiently gathering tools and loading them into the airlock. Right now. What's Baird hiding? Who cares? These idiots clearly think they're onto something, and they're desperate to keep it to themselves. What matters is our ingress. Femi grabs a cutting torch from the rack. There's a borehole on this side of the rock. Could get us in under the radar. Or we dive right down the main shaft. Femi meets your eyes. I'll leave the call to you. Bliss arrives at the airlock and stares at Femi's angry tool gathering. Let's keep cool heads. They glance at you. That rock looks dangerous enough, even when you're thinking straight. Femi ignores them. You get ready to depart, well aware that you're heading into a situation you don't quite understand. That's not good. Okay, we could go in through the borehole or the central shaft. What do both require? Okay, cut a path. Rather than removing the massive rocks, cutting a sheer-sided passage through might make for faster progress. Chunks of debris that have collapsed inwards, blocking the shaft, need to be removed to gain access. The cutter's path. The central mine shaft looks to have collapsed in on itself. Entry via this route will not be simple. So did it collapse before we got here or after? Because if it was before, then have they been stuck down here this whole time? Map borehole. With careful scans and sensor arrays, the borehole can be mapped, allowing you to plot a path into the interior. The borehole starts even-sided, but quickly bends and worms into the rock at strange angles. Navigation will be slow. Cutter's Tunnel. The stark borehole cuts deep into the body of the asteroid. Where it leads to is unclear, So, careful exploration is advised. How much do I have for this? I only have a plus. Can Bliss do anything at either of these? She could cut a path, but it might be risky. Cutter's Tunnel. Maybe we sneak in through the tunnel? It might take a little longer, though. I'd be willing to push. Oh, but then only you'd get something. You get a plus for this? You don't. Well, let me start. Okay. Oh, I already got stress. There are cracks and boulders in the borehole that must be worked around, but slowly progress is made. What did I add to... I added something. Okay, -1 crew stress, so I can take away their stress if they fail. So I say we try with Bliss a little bit. Just to see. Okay, there are cracks and boulders in the borehole that must be worked around, but slowly progress is made. What about you? Yeah, I feel like we're gonna break some dice this time around. The borehole stretches into the rock, narrowing and turning it leads you even deeper. How much am I willing to risk this? We'll hold off. My dice are gonna break. Let's rest. We'll keep going next cycle. This is cycle 1, since we moved here. Good rolls, good rolls. Everyone's got really good rolls. I'm proud of you guys. Okay, so I can definitely probably get us through here, and you guys can save your stuff for something else. There we go. Borehole stretches into the rock. It leads you deeper. Leads you even deeper. Last one. There's a path through the borehole into the complex tunnels which run through the asteroid. We did it. We only have 3 supplies. You felt the rumbling growing as you descended into Cutter's End, but no one has wanted to bring attention to it. Now, floating in a cavernous, rock-walled passage, it is impossible to ignore. There's something out there. Bliss's voice crackles over the comms. Something moving. You squint down the tunnel, beyond the limits of your suit's lights. You swear you see something flicker there, in the unseen passages beyond. There's a strangeness to the mine, to its flashing lights and empty conveyors running on some residual power. From what Femi has told you, it wasn't always like this. Cutter's End has a fearsome reputation as a dark and deadly maze, a ripped-open rock not worth the trouble of its corroded salvage. Now it's a moving maze, its automated systems given a new, faltering life, brought back from hundreds of cycles in the shadows. And one of those systems is rumbling through the dark ahead. Let's keep it moving. Femi passes you in the passage. We don't need to wait. Take it slow, Femi. We're too far behind. We need to catch up. You're gonna get us all killed. Femi glides ahead, and the beam of his suit lights painting the rock walls of the cavern a pale gray. Femi's lights reveal an intersection, another tunnel cutting across this one, offering 3 routes ahead. Suddenly, you're blinded by a wall of light beyond the intersection. The rumble is everywhere, shaking dust and rock off the walls of dense clouds. Squinting into the light, you see a ring of lamps, and between them the grinding maw of some terrible machine. It bears down on the crew, grinding through debris. This is the only one I have good ones on. I'd rather that than a negative. Let's go. Positive! Minus stress! Yes! You kick off hard and angle yourself towards the space between the machine and the other passage. You see the others following suit, pushing hard for the rapidly closing gap. You slip through in a hail of stone, the rumbling shaking your entire frame. You slam into the stone wall of the passage and cling to it as the rumbling grows then fades, signaling the passing of the machine. You... good? Femi... I just realized I told him to slow down and then I yeeted myself through a machine that 100% could have killed me. Femi's voice is broken up by gasps for air. You turn to see him staring into the dark, shaking his head. What the hell was that thing? Bliss's breathing matches Femi's. It tried to eat us! We need to keep going. Femi is dusting off his suit. That mining machine must be keeping Nia's crew down here. We have to get past it. Keeping them down here, or your mind drifts to the worse option. Can any crew really hope to survive all of this? When they woke up this place, they woke up that machine. Femi starts to move down the passage. It's running on old programming. It's not hunting us. It's not smart. Femi turns back to face you, his eyes ringed with fatigue and stress. We can beat it. You hope he's right? Well, what can we do? Tunnel complex. Okay, so we can't even go through that way anymore. Force the path. The machine rumbles away in the dark, hunting you. You can choose to fight back and force your way through. Find a safe path. The machine rumbles through the tunnels with blinding lights. Avoiding crossing its path will keep you safe. I say we have Bliss work on that one, and Femi and I work on this one, although I don't exactly have pretty good rolls right now. I don't know how much I'm willing to risk that, but I'm willing for this. Oh, a little stress. The machine rumbles somewhere in the deep, but you skirt around it, keeping your distance. Another one. I might push soon. Smaller connecting tunnels allow for shortcuts that the machine cannot follow you through. Let's up on this one. We're probably gonna take a stress. Oh, we didn't! Beating the machine into tight tunnels can leave it stuck in place while you exploit the opening. Alright, what about you? You don't have any stress yet, so I'm willing to push you. It's a dangerous game, but throwing boulders into the maw of the machine will slow it and cause it to retreat. Okay, we're looking alright. I can up this on me. Do we risk it? It's a dangerous game, but throwing the boulders... Okay. Come on, Femi, you can do it! Oh, we did it! You find yourself in a shaft descending to a new layer. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm just trying to get through this before we starve. Plus, I still have my push, so it'll give me stress, but it'll take away their stress. Worst comes to worst. To me, Sleeper, Femi beckons you over to a section of the cavern wall. You glide over and immediately spot what he has found. There's a large passage splitting off from this one, but it is not the passage itself that is of interest. It is the remains of a barricade, freshly welded, that draws your attention. They came through here. Femi's eyes flick over the ruins. They tried to keep it out. You look at the fresh cuts in the wall, the stone gouged out, the crumpled metal bent and crushed, and most tellingly, the flattened remains of a welding torch embedded into the rock. The crew took a stand in this very place. He reached down and put a hand on the remains of the torch. Nia was here. Then you feel it, the rumble through the torch, through the rock wall. You look up at Femi and he sees it in your face. The machine is coming. Go! Femi meets your eye. Get safe. He looks over your shoulder, and suddenly he's bathed in blinding light of the machine's lamps. No, we stay together! You go to protest, but Femi kicks you in the chest, sending you spinning away, out of the path of the machine. By the time you catch yourself on the cavern wall and turn, you see Femi there in the middle of the passage entrance, lit white in lamps. Don't do this, Femi! He waits agonizingly long until he knows the machine is coming for him, and then he kicks off hard and glides into the dark. The machine rumbles through in a hail of rock and dust, and you follow after it, batting away chunks of stone. You're slowed by the debris, and the machine pulls out ahead, rumbling endlessly onwards through the tunnels, through rock and metal. And then it's gone. The cavern shakes, filling with dust, your vision gray. Your comms click and hiss, and a chunk of rock thump off the faceplate of your helmet. And then you see them, the faint lights of Femi's suit as he struggles through the dust. We got it, Femi says as he reaches you, his hands on your shoulders. Somehow we got it. It takes some time to understand what happened. As the dust clears, you find yourself at the lip of a shaft filled with debris. This huge pit, thick with shards of rock, must have been a refuse pit for the mine, a place to pipe the tailings, the waste. The machine went straight into this shaft, spinning into the open space and debris, shredding itself against a million razor-sharp bits of rock. Oh, so it's gone! Looking down into the pit, your lamps illuminate a few pieces of the machine. The rest is surely down there, deep inside the dense debris cloud. It isn't long before Femi is calling you once again, this time to another, still complete barricade. They're okay? A barricade over the door to a machine room, sealed and secure. The last retreat of the crew you followed into this nightmare. We found them! Guys, let us in! Machine room, tailing pit. Oh, we could find stuff in here, probably. Search pit. The machine was smashed by debris in the pit. Searching through the mess might yield something of value. It would be nice to get the rest of the engine components we need. Clear pit. Getting to the remains of the machine means clearing away some of the waste from the mine that has fed into the pit. One of the strange machines tumbled into this waste shaft. What might be recovered from its shattered chassis? Only one way to find out, isn't there? What about the machine room? Okay, theirs is, like, less difficult. Cut doorway. The door is sealed and barricaded. It'll take time to cut it open, but it will be safer that way. Break doorway. There's no time to waste. If Nia's behind that door, then it needs to be broken open and quickly. We'll see what we can do about that. Depends on our rolls tomorrow. I'm willing to push tomorrow. It seems like we're nearing the end of this one, but we'll see. I do want to dig through the refuse, though. I would like me some treasure. Pretty please. Okay, let's see. Who can do stuff over here? Okay. You can cut. You can break. Do we want to do that, though? I might hold off. Definitely not because I want to use my rolls here or anything. Nice. Cutter's Folly, using larger metal debris pieces as shields to help the crew push the debris away. What else can we find? Nice. I'm gonna waste all my rolls here because I'm greedy. Nice. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good, pretty please. I'm a greedy little monster. You find yourself floating beside the twisted remains of the machine. Did we get it? Engine component! Nice! And rare components? Hell yeah. Okay, that was worth a little bit of stress. Okay, now I am willing to push. So now we can do this. And you can go over here. Breaking the barricade first, then working on the door seems to be the safer way to smash through. Alright, we just need a positive or a neutral. A little bit of stress is alright. Doorway's open, the dark of the machine room awaits. Please don't shoot us as soon as we come in here. As the barricaded door is bent open, you're blinded once again by a wall of light. You and Femi raise your hands instinctively, squinting into the lamps and dust. You feel a flash of fear in the pit of your stomach, bracing yourself for what's to come. Femi? The voice comes crisp and clear over the local comms. What are you doing here? Nia oh, she's okay, thank God. Nia drifts out of the lights in an old, dust-caked suit. She looks between the two of you with a blank expression, blinking rapidly. Femi stares at her, frozen for a moment, then rushes to her, wrapping her in a wide embrace. They float there in the light and dust, two bodies bound together. Nia pulls back. I don't understand. You followed me out here? She looks over at you and then back at Femi. How did you find me? You left without telling me. What did you expect? Femi glares at her. You aren't ready for this. Nia retreats further at Femi's words, slipping out of his reach. Femi! Nia shakes her head. After all these years, you have no idea what I'm ready for. Movement in the lights catches your eye, and you see a motion through the dust. A figure in a suit drifts out, hunched and clutching their abdomen. They turn to face Nia, and you see her lips moving as they speak on a private channel. You look over to Femi, but he's staring straight ahead, his eyes wide with anger. You! He points at the figure. What kind of idiot are you, dragging my sister out here to this place? With that machine running riot? He moves towards the figure. Speak up! What were you thinking? Nia blocks his path forwards, getting between Femi and the figure. Femi, you meathead! She glares at her brother. This is my job! I brought them here! Femi, for once, falls silent. Oh no, is she trying to get parts for their ship? It takes a while to make the return trip back up through Cutter's End, especially with Nia's injured crewmate. As you ascend, Nia tells you the story of the job, Femi keeping his distance and leading the way in silence. The mining machine you faced was what she'd been looking to extract, a job she and Baird had put together after meeting in the narrow escape. He knew a way to jumpstart the mine, and the access that would open up meant new salvage. One of those pre-collapsed boring machines was worth major cryo to any mining outfit in the belt, and Baird had a contact who was ready to buy. It was going well until Hirata here, Nia nods at the crumpled-looking crewmate, hooked the mining machine up to the main line. Something went in its automation core, and it lost its shit. The plan was to barricade it and put together a shock trap to fry the core. Nia looks ahead at the back of Femi's suit, far ahead of the tunnel. But that was worthless now that my brother shredded the thing. He was worried. Always is. Nia sighs, and you get the feeling that she's trying to resist the habit of bad-mouthing Femi. We're lucky you came. As you move through the facility, you notice most of it is dark now. The power from Baird's jumpstart fading away to nothing. Soon this place will be a quiet ruin once more. You ascend up through the quarry and out into open space where Baird is waiting. Friends of yours? Baird shakes his head at Nia. Maybe you could have warned me they'd be coming. Not something I knew. She looks at Femi, who has broken off from the group and is heading for the rig. My brother doesn't tend to give anyone a warning. You didn't exactly give him one either. I'll take them from here. Baird puts an arm around Harada and guides them back to the ship. Look, mate, Baird turns to you. No hard feelings. Thanks for getting them out, even if you did screw the job while you were at it. He grins a crooked grin. I guess that makes it square. Baird glides away towards the ship. I should ride back with them, but I'll see you in Flotsam. Nia gives you a warm smile. Thanks for helping my brother. I know he appreciates you, whatever he does or doesn't say. You watch her go, then glide over to the rig as the last flickering lights of Cutter's ends fade. Dang, we did pretty good! We got an upgrade point, too. Not bad, not bad. Alright, I think we did everything we could here, so we should definitely head back. We got another engine component and a rare component, too, so perfect for us. So we'll leave the contract, we're heading back. Let's see what's going on here. I saw it! Serafin comes charging into the bunks. I actually saw it! He's wild-eyed and his breath is ragged. Serafin, I just got back. Are you okay? Serafin takes a moment to catch his breath, suddenly aware of how frantic he sounds. He squints at you. Have you noticed how supplies have been going missing every so often when we travel? I actually have! Oh, and we lost one again! You suddenly recall the mysterious mess that was left behind in supply storage. Serafin sees the flicker of recognition in your eyes. So, after it happened a couple of times, I decided to keep an eye on our supply store. Serafin lowers his voice. You know, check it from time to time. And just this cycle, I drifted down there really quiet. He leans in, and whoosh! Something flew past me. He shakes his head, knocked me right into the wall. Something? I don't know, it came at me fast. Some kind of creature. It's a cat. Serafin says the last word with emphasis. Is there really a creature loose on the ship? A creature feature? You look around the berth, suddenly aware that something could be hiding nearby. Tucked into the vents, perhaps? We know this thing likes supplies, right? Serafin is also glancing around for hiding places. So we lock them down tighter. Keep it out. That way it'll get desperate. And then, Serafin raises his finger. It'll make a mistake. What are you talking about? Bliss leans in from the corridor. I can hear you all the way in the workshop. There's a creature in the ship. Bliss looks between the two of you with a raised eyebrow. A creature? Are you sure? It's something small and dark. Something fast. Serafin looks at Bliss. We're going to lock up the supplies to drive it out. Bliss looks at Serafin. If it's an animal, we don't want to make it any more scared and desperate than it already is. How about we lock up the supplies but leave some out in a special place? Try to bait it. And then grab it! Serafin mimes the act. No! Bliss looks between the two of you. We show it, it has nothing to fear. We tame it. Didn't seem very tameable. Serafin rubs his sore ribs. Plus, we've already wasted enough supplies on this thing. You want to give it more? Serafin turns to you. What do you think, Sleeper? You look between the two of them, still processing the strange situation you find yourself in. Let's try to tame it. I'm pretty sure it's the cat. Serafin sighs. What a waste. Why do I always feel like a divorced child between you two? All right, Bliss nods. You'll have to come down to the supply store every few cycles and put out some more food. That way it won't get desperate and do anything dangerous. And I'll lock the supplies up tight. Serafin folds his arms. It won't get into them anymore. The plan set, Bliss and Serafin leave the berth, heading in separate directions. You watch them go. It seems your ship has a stowaway. The question is, how will you deal with it? I'm a good sleeper. I want cat. Ooh, new drive available. And now we get to... I just love the image of Femi really needs to talk to us about what happened with Nia. But then Serafin shoves him out of the way to tell me about the cat. When you arrive back in Flotsam, Femi, after waiting for Serafin to stop talking, rushes out of the ship. The moment the docking tunnel is connected, he is off, out of the airlock and down the passage. We'll go after them then, Serafin sighs, not looking up from his diagnostics. You find Femi in the passage between the docks, watching as Nia glides towards him. You catch a glimpse of Nia's face over his shoulder. She looks nervous, slowing her approach as she comes close to Femi, his considerable frame blocking the tunnel. Femi, Nia starts. Femi holds up a hand to quiet her. I'm sorry. His voice is flat, quieter than usual. I'm the one who's sorry. I made the excuse to myself that I was trying to protect you. Femi looks down. That I was trying to control you. I've been suffocating you. He meets Nia's eye. I see that now. That it took something like this for me to see it as on me. Femi's voice cracks, and the tunnel suddenly feels small, intimate. He folds his arms, regaining his composure. I understand if... Shut up, you idiot! Nia violently embraces her brother, banging him into the metal wall. She laughs, wiping her eyes. Femi sniffs. I've had enough of your speeches, Nia smiles. Apology accepted. It's not a speech. Femi can't help but take his typical self-serious tone with Nia, but you see it makes her smile. I have something I need to say. You're a powerful person, and I've been trying to curb that because it scares me, and it scares me how little it scares you. He laughs an uncharacteristically light laugh, but I'll stop placing those limits on you. In fact, I want you to have the ship. Femi seems pleased that this stuns Nia into silence. I can make my own way. Find work with crews. He glances over his shoulder at you. Perhaps the sleeper will take me on. Whoa, really? I was expecting Nia to join our crew, or both of them. I wasn't expecting Femi. I thought he didn't like us very much. But I need some time away from leading, from captaincy. While you need anything but. He puts a hand on your shoulder. The symbol crash is yours. Nia sighs. Femi, you really need to listen more. I don't want your ship. It's her turn to be pleased with his shock. You're right, I am a powerful person, but Cutting's Edge showed me I'm not ready to lead. I want to learn more, to work with a crew, but preferably not one I'm related to. She punches him on the shoulder playfully. Nia looks over Femi's shoulder at you. I was actually thinking Sleeper's crew might be the right fit. She flashes you a smile. Oh, so are they both coming after all? You suddenly feel the attention of the moment shifted to you, and your apparent role in this family drama. Nia puts her hands on her hips. Well, Sleeper, what do you think? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Why do you gotta put the decision on me? Where's the both option? I mean, Femi's pretty cool, but I feel like didn't he have the same skills as Eugen? I don't know what Nia has. But also, from a story standpoint, like I said, I don't feel like Femi likes us very much. Maybe he does now, but I feel like experience could be really good for Nia, and maybe she could get that on her ship. I think Femi should stay with the symbol crash. We'll take Nia. Let's see what she can do. We saw it once before, in the demo and in the beginning of the game, so let's take her again. Sorry, Femi. Nia nods. I'm honored, really. I know I'll learn a lot from you. Femi turns the corridor to face you, his face set in an intimidating glare. You better take care of her. He smiles, but you can't help but take him seriously. How about we find somewhere to celebrate? She pushes Femi towards you down the corridor. Come on! Later on, you find yourself in the narrow escape, in a quiet corner with Femi. You see his eyes are on Nia, who's at the bar, trying to get the attention of the server. What's the secret? Femi turns to you. How do you stop it weighing you down? Your crew, your connections, all those people that rely on you? Femi frowns. How do you bear the weight? I don't carry it alone. Femi nods. I have to get better at that. At asking for help. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, but it's the best thing to do sometimes too. He looks down at the table, smiling. He takes a long sip through the straw of his container, the last dregs of something amber and potent disappearing as he does. He looks up at you. She's gone, isn't she? You look over at the bar and can't see Nia amongst the crowd. You turn to Femi confused. She was never good with goodbyes. He smiles. She'll be waiting at your ship. Don't worry. Oh, she was too scared to say goodbye, or just too sad. You guys will see each other again, I'm sure. I hope. He sets down his drink. Time I left too. He squeezes your shoulder. I've got things to work on. Look after yourself, Sleeper. He pushes himself away from the corner and drifts out of the bar. You watch him go, one more body passing through the belt, trying to find a way to change the future. Oh, he gave us the money! Yeah! I was worried he wouldn't. I didn't want to say anything because it was a really sweet moment. We got it. We got the dough. We got the cash. We got the dough and the cash. And there's a cat somewhere on the ship. Okay, let's see. Rather than starve it every few cycles, you should leave supplies out for the stowaway until it's ready to reveal itself. Alright, I'll put out some supplies. You put supplies into the special feeder. How long are you going to need to keep doing this? Okay, so we're gonna have to keep wasting supplies, probably. Maybe we should switch them over to sourcing supplies. Okay, Nia is into it, and she's got a plus to into it. That's actually really good. We really need that. I'm glad we picked Nia. Because I don't have that. And Bliss has it, but not a plus. We finally have a plus. We're gonna need it. Man, oh man. Alright, well, I definitely don't think we have time to do Jean-Mi now. I kind of want to save that for its own video. And maybe we'll go to the scatter yards after? I don't know, we'll see. But I think we might... I'm tempted to go back to the Far Spindle again, but I don't think I will. I say we stay here. We'll do our little thing where we work on getting some cash money. Even though we don't really need it right now, but we might as well. And then after that, I don't know. I think we definitely should go to the scatter yards. It sounds like there's a lot going on there. Maybe we will go back to the Far Spindle though, just so we can like lower the cycles, because we're already at 1. Yeah, we'll go. We have the money. We'll go back to the Far Spindle. We'll see if we can do that thing with Nemba, and then we'll come back. I'm just very curious about that. And plus, maybe we could get the cat on the ship while we're waiting to do that. Alright, so let's do these 2 cycles and then we'll head that way. Give us some money. Oh, I wonder if there's any contracts up too. Maybe I could check that. Because there's this office right here. No contracts. Dang it. Engine components! Yes! Oh yes, I didn't even realize we could do that. We probably could have gotten them ourselves, but like, we had everything else. Bliss carefully slots the components into the prepared drive. The engine is improved as much as you're able to. We've got 15 now, heck yeah. Oh, that's awesome, that's worth it. We've got so much more fuel now, that's gonna make it easier. Yeah, we definitely gotta fill up, but once we fill up, luckily we'll be able to travel further and get places faster. That's awesome. I'm so glad we did that. I'm so glad I looked over there. Alright, let me now get a little bit of money back. And we'll spend 1 more cycle here, and then I think we are gonna jump back to the Far Spindle, just for a little bit. Just a little bit. Ooh. Money, baby. Give me that. If only I could, like, steal Nia and have her help me with it, because she has into it and I don't. I was like, why haven't I heard about Nimba? And I'm like, oh yeah, I probably saw it once and then completely avoided it after that. Okay, give me all of it. There we go, and we basically got all our money back. Beautiful. Alright, so next time we're going to be a little stinky and we're gonna fly all the way back to the Far Spindle. We're gonna take care of the Nemba quest and see what we can do there, and then we'll come back to Flotsam, and then we'll see what's going on with our ship mind. I just want to make sure I grab that quest at the Far Spindle before I forget about it again. I was not expecting a contract when we came here, but that was really fun. It was good to see them again. I was wondering what was happening to them. It's good to know they didn't get blown up, so I think everyone's accounted for except for the guy who we promised to get the core for and then we didn't give it to him, but who knows where he could be. Oh shoot, probably the scatter yards, huh? We'll deal with that when we get there. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, don't make trips to dangerous mines with mining equipment that's trying to eat you, and have a good day.